So, welcome to your quiz prep video for 2.8. Looks like all of the others. So at the top we've got our Quizlet. This one is going to be important for this quiz. But there's no listing. Congratulations, you don't have to do a listing portion. Then, the meat of this quiz. We've got Le Voyage de Monique. These are a series of sentences with fill in the blanks, okay? So the verb is missing from these sentences. They give you the infinitive of the verb at the beginning of the sentence. You just have to put it into the passé composé. So it's not too bad. The tricky part, though, is looking at those verbs in parentheses and knowing, is this a verb that uses avoir as the helping verb, or is it a van der Tramp and so uses être as the helping verb? That's the main thing you're doing there. Is it avoir or être as the helping verb? And then, what's my past participle? Make sure to review irregular past participles because a few of them are irregular. The good news is, if your helping verb is être, all of the subjects are the same for these sentences. They're all Monique, so singular and feminine. So all you have to do, if the helping verb is être, is add an e to your past participle. The next section is a series of dialogues. There are blank spaces in some of the sentences in the dialogues. You're just choosing between option A or option B to fill in that space. And as long as you know what all of the verbs in the Quizlet mean, you'll be fine for this section. It's really just about knowing what the verbs mean. And then your sentences, there's only 4 of them, that's great. And they're pretty simple. They are all in the passé composé. You're telling me about a trip you went on. It could be real, it could be imaginary, I don't care. So your first sentence is, I went to place. I spent number of days there. And the word for there is là. I give it to you, so I spent 5 days là, is how that sentence will go. And then anything in the past tense, so just something you did on this trip, just as long as it's a verb that makes sense in the past tense, you should be fine. You can't just say I went, that doesn't make sense, right? But like I swam, I went to the movies, whatever. Any sentence in the passé composé that you could conceivably do on a trip, that'll be fine. And then I came back, elapsed time ago. Okay, so I came back, there are a few different verbs you could use, right? You could use retourner or revenir. Rentrer is also okay, so 3 different options. And then elapsed time, however long ago it was, like a year ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever. And then the new expression we learned was il y a. So il y a plus elapsed time. So I came back il y a 2 semaines. I came back 2 weeks ago. So just make sure you're using the new phrase il y a for this last sentence. And that's it. That's the end of 2.8. The next thing you'll be getting ready to do after you take the 2.8 quiz is getting ready to take the Unit 2 test. And that'll be our last thing before spring break, really. You'll probably have like another little fluff assignment to help bulk up your points. But that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. Email me if you want extra practice or if anything's unclear. And au revoir.